ancient times, in ancient Egypt, we had a place where we went to worship. Many temples in Egypt, there was a special place though that we would do a Hajj to, right? Similar to a Hajj in the Muslim world. It was called Abydos. It was the temple of Asar, or what people know popularly as Osiris, right? That they made a Hajj to this place. So I consider Harlem our Abydos, right? Because our culture is here, right? Our people are represented here. You know, it's hard to see it today in the 21st century in 2014 because of gentrification, because of imperialism that still exists in America and oppresses people of African ancestry. But I mean, these are the same streets that Malcolm X walked. These are the same streets that Marcus Garvey would do his United Negro Improvement Association parades through. You know, it's the same community where the Black Panther breakfast program took hold. You know, it's the same community where Dr. King came to right here at Broomstein's, which is right up the road, down the block from us, did his book signing. You know, so there's many important things that happened for people of African ancestry that were born in America happen here in Harlem. My name is Nova Felder. I'm here at Harlem University on 125th Street. I'm a vendor here. We sell books, documentaries, films, all on, world history, world culture, with a specific focus on African people in the world. And our mission is to reverse the miseducation of African people in this country and the world. I guess our philosophy would be one of a pan-Africanism, to move past what has been going on for the last 500 years since 1492, since the Europeans broke out of Europe and went on their world domination, hegemony, and imperialistic rule. But that's what we're here to do. We don't hate anyone, we love ourselves, and we hate our condition, and this is why we do what we do. Well, I mean, Harlem is the historical heart of the African American experience and the African American community in the United States of America. There was a great migration which started right after White War I, which most of you know is World War I, but that was a war that was between white men and white countries to dominate and control and split up Africa. So it was a continuation of the Berlin Conference in 1885. So that's why I call White War I and White War II as it is. But from 1915 till about the mid to late 1970s, you had a mass migration of African people from the southern United States to the northern United States. Some of our great writers, Richard Wright, Langston Hughes, Countee Cullen, some of our great artists, historians, W.B. Du Bois, Dr. John Henry Clark, Dr. Yosef Ben Yakinen, great musicians have been through here, Louis Armstrong, so many, the Cotton Club, which we know, the old Red Rooster, which has now become the new Red Rooster, where artists used to come, Charlie Parker. So this is a place that, embodies in many aspects the struggle of African people in America. So this is why Harlem is an important place. Not necessarily because of its Dutch word origins, but because of what African people transformed, a tenement into. This was tenements. This might be the hottest real estate on the New York market today, but this was a tenement area in the 1800s and the early 1900s, and we transformed it into the Black Abydos, the African Abydos in America that Black people from all over want to come to, and other people want to come to now, well, 125th Street, I mean, anybody knows the economics. This is the lifeblood of Harlem. This is Fifth Avenue. So this is 42nd Street to Harlem. Many businesses. Now we have the restaurants, but even before then, it's always been a central. You have the A train. You can get from. It was advertised. You can get from Brooklyn to Uptown in 25-30 minutes. So you have the A train. We have the 1-2 train. Further east, we have the 4-5 train, 4-5-6 train. Further west, we have the the 1 train. So, you know, it's very centrally located, and it's the heart. This is the heart of Central Harlem, is 125th Street. You know, and I mean, we're actually really like in the epicenter of Harlem. We have Apollo Theater across the street. We have the Adam Clayton Powell State Office Building. A few, I was going to say meters, for our Americans, a few feet away. You know, we're here between 7th and 8th Avenue. This is the center of Harlem, in the center of Central Harlem itself. So it's very important, you know. Many times I feel energy, a spirit of my people's ancestors is somehow right here with us, you know, looking down, protecting us, and protect us doing the work. And this is why I think this location is very important. Of what we have out here, you know, this historical, political, social information center. You know, we have here on my right, we have the Harlem University historical tribute to African global Holocaust, you know, and further on we have social, political, satire, irony, you know, and to show the people that they don't get this on television, don't get this in their homes, don't get this in school, what's really going on historically, politically, socially, you know, and it's here to start a conversation. You know, everybody doesn't have $20, $30, $40 for books or documentary, but they always can come here every weekend and read, you know, and ask questions, be inquisitive, and have discussions and speak to, you know, different people that are here, you know. I would say to the youth that just like in the ancient world, on the temples, ancient Kemet, ancient Tameri, ancient Egypt, the most popularly known as Egypt, you have to know yourself. With knowing yourself comes a great responsibility. You have to understand, we are responsible for ourselves. Yes, are we victims of imperialistic, white hegemonic imperialist system? Yes. Right? But because we're victims, does that mean that we don't do what's right? Does that mean we're not responsible for our individual actions? No. So I say to the youth of Harlem, take responsibility for who you are. Right? We have the internet today. You can learn anything you want to learn through YouTube, through books, through blogs. Information is out here. Learn about who you are. Right? A man without any vision is not even alive. He's dead before the game even starts. You have to understand who you are in relation to the world in order for you to be successful in it. You know? And I'm not telling people not to go to college. I work at a college, right? I want people to be educated, right? I think you can be educated by anybody, anywhere. Ancient Africa is a terminology where they say knowledge can be found at the grinding stone. The grinding stone is where we would mill wheat, right? It's very low to the ground. You can learn from watching that stone round and round. So learn from everyone, from everybody. You know, and stand up for yourself. Don't be disrespected. Don't let the system violate you. Stand up for your rights. Be respected. Be strong. You know, the journey of 1,000 miles, 1,000,000 miles starts with one step. Take that step, you know. I know it's very difficult. It's an arduous journey. It's difficult. It's hard. But the only person that can do it is you. Nobody else is going to give you liberation except you. Nobody. Nobody.